Alrighty, boys. Welcome. Today we're doing a little VOD review. Udyr versus Jax. I believe this is on patch. It is on patch 1320. Okay, good. Right, let's get into it. See. Nice. There we go. Okay, looking for an invade. Sure. Get behind that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's like pretty bad overall by your teammates. Not really that much you're gonna do in this regard. Okay, starting blue. Sure, so presumably going into a full clear here. We can also presume that they're either starting your red or blue. It's really unfortunate both these board spots, by the way. We just like don't get that good information. Is this how healthy you should be? Not cutting these camps, well, mate, should be able to get auto, and then move before the buffs auto. You're like going 1-to-1 with the autos on these camps. Even here, it's like you're like out of sync with when you should move. So it doesn't matter, you're just like merking it. Also, we're wasting a bit of time here too on clear. We're pulling this camp way further if you're going to be smarting it. I nearly wouldn't have smarted it because you're merc. Since you hadn't pulled it. Start pulling this across, you're going to end up, you know, finishing it over here. Yes, you definitely need to get used to the rhythm of auto move. Not so much for problem on Graves, obviously, and Hecarim. Nice. Yep, this is better. Alright, excellent. I feel like it's pretty slow full clear, and I think that's really just from pulling your camps mostly. Done this at about 3:35. I feel like we can get that done faster. Should definitely be able to get that done faster. I don't play Udyr, but my internal clock tells me you can get that done way faster from versing Udyrs. Here we want to be looking for this top gank. Can look mid, but I probably would have looked top just like based off what was happening on the minimap. I think you definitely should have looked to actually know what was happening there. This is working out quite nice. Looks like you're trying to give the kill there. I wouldn't even bother. I want to shove this wave though with her. Nice. Yep. Looks good. Unlikely that you get to double crab here, so I would just insta recall. Reason it's unlikely is because they started topside, so he's probably pathing to those camps. Okay, here he comes. Ready to stun it. Nice. So B instantly, press tab, good. We know he's done crab, 28 CS. So items into run straight to your Gromp. Want to get out of base a little bit faster there though. And yeah, I do like the swapping to seal. I don't think you can do this, but you have. You just mark what I was thinking. No, you don't. You have reentry second. Is that normal? Okay, good. Definitely still want to be pulling these camps further. You're losing a lot of time on your clears by doing this, and you are a full clear champion. Well, not a full clear champion, you're a champion that likes to take camps. So doing the camps inefficiently and pulling them inefficiently is going to cost you a lot over the long term when you're playing a champion like this. Same thing can be said for something like your Karthus. Or any other full clear champion, really. Even Graves, it's impactful. But Graves, like by default, should pull camps further because he's ranged. This is all nice. Like, it's good that you did the dragon now when he shows top. It's like a nice reaction play. Another shot and spawn. The one thing I want to be seeing here is like pinging. Where is the enemy jungler? Probably going to his red right now, right? From blue. So we know he started blue, right? Want to be pinging that out to our teammates. Also here, I would probably like to see you take a reset before doing anything else. Nice, good. So reset, buy items, and then it gives you options because you can actually go straight to Herald here too. And like, it's pretty likely that your bot get ganked here, right? So what you could be doing if you're playing like really high tempo here and really switched on, is you be pinging your bot to be careful of the gank. And if he shows that bot gank, you just go straight into Herald, do the Herald, then come back for your camps. I would check Herald here before going to these camps, in all honesty, too. Because, like, the other option is he could be sneaking Herald here. Okay, Jack showing bot, insta Herald. Nice. But the big issue here is just by not pinging that out, and we should have been able to read this situation. Also, I'd like to see insta tab press as soon as Jack shows to see his CS, and I also would have liked to have seen you peek down there and actually look at him so that we can see what buffs he has, just to confirm, you know, our theory about what camps he's done. It's a bit risky, not gonna lie. I think you making a mistake here. W? Okay. You press E here, don't you become invuln? Unstoppable, pardon me? Or like what? I don't know what exactly Udyr's thing is. I'm pretty sure it's unstoppable. Anyway. Yeah. See this? We're moving too far back now, right? We should be tethering back towards your Kiana here because you don't want to run so far that you can't react to the play, right? See how we're too far away and now we're clicking around? You're kind of like tethering, but you're just too far out of the range you're supposed to be tethering in. W here. And yeah, flash. I mean, this all comes down to, though, again, right, that the fight is just like not really on your terms. Like I said when we first went for it, that I thought it was not going to turn out real well. Like, why go for this fight? What's really, like, what's the benefit here? We're kind of 50-50 this fight. We don't really have any advantage. Like, something I might look for here is like baiting out the Aureole if I could. But I just feel like it's just not that worth. Bot's off map. Honestly, I would expect bot to be recalling, but I think because you show here and look for this play, they stop their recall. Like, I think if you went into the ruffle file here, you would see that they're recalling and they stop their recall and rotate here. When you show coming out of the bush right now. It's a very telegraph play. You can like kind of see what you want to do. Oh, maybe they're just rotating in all honesty. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't love it. Can hear the talking. It's amusing. Yeah, I mean, it's like not the it wasn't what I was thinking about either. Them rotating from bot, but I think without them rotating, it's still a pretty sketchy play. And in my opinion, we just had like really clear things we could do, like just rotate back to our camps, get the crab, things of that nature. I'm gonna put the sound back on. Kind of liking this music. We should be looking at this fight 100% because you could have been in here. This looks good, but like again, no communication coming through here. You know, like you didn't ping that you're coming for this gank at all. Great double kill, beautiful. This Herald is an issue, a big issue, right? Death timers, 20 seconds on Ori, right? You dropping this Herald instantly, what does it do? It signals exactly what you want to do to the enemies instantly because they hear Herald be spawned, right? Next thing, if Herald crashes, you're only going to take the basic plates. The first two plates. Pardon me, the first two plates that are super easy to take. You and Kiana could have just walked in, crashed this wave, taken the first two plates, and then dropped Herald, and then now the tower would be on one plate, and you would have got yourself an extra 250 gold off that play, right? So I don't know. I don't like that. You also didn't even need to drop Herald. You should have just pushed wave, based, kept Herald, went to Dragon, dropped Herald to then open up the play to get easy Dragon because they have to react to Herald, right? There's so many opportunities there. It's like you just kind of like default to like the most basic opportunity instead of kind of going through the decision-making tree a little bit further and figuring out what is actually going to get you the best results here. I think you lose this Dragon. I count for your bad Herald, by the way. Right, this Herald's... So, like, firstly, right, when you've dropped Herald like this, you just have to accept that you don't get anything extra, right? It's just a bad Herald drop. It's over. You guys just have to leave right now. Because this is the next objective. And so, like, we lose all of our tempo here because we drop the Herald poorly, and then we also try to overcommit and fix the issues. If you look here, look how much time you had left on Herald, right? You had so much time. Like, right now, you still had 1 minute and 30 seconds left on Herald, right? You could have so easily just shoved the wave, based, ran back down here, maybe dropped Herald so it would walk this way, and then just ping on drag, and it'll play for drag, and you would still get the same amount of plates, right? And you would have had the Herald reset for faster. Reset, it's like 3 or 4 seconds. I think this, like, the Herald really griefed you, and then because of the bad Herald placement, you, like, mind control yourself and also your player into going for this. I think that's what it is, right? It's just like a mind control thing, because, like, you know that you want to get more shit out of this Herald. It's just like a default thing. And so you kind of like try and hit the tower and that nature. And now both you and your Kiana are like bad tempo. And then she also has a bad base too, like she waits in base too long. And then now it's like, well, we're kind of losing tempo here on the drag. It's like, this is like, this cost you way too much. Not end of review tier, but it's like really close to that. Like, it's a big mistake. Did he not see you? Nice, you get the gromp. Kill this guy. Excellent. Okay, so what can you do to punish him? Yeah. What can you do to punish him the most? Run straight into his bot side camps. More than likely they're up. Right? He didn't have red. Yeah, blue. Oh, this is your blue. This probably means actually everything's up. These camps are probably up, and also this is all up too, probably. And who can stop you? Only Oriana. Teemo stop. You can just take his whole quadrant. So that's what I want to see you do after this crab, but you should have done it before the crab. You could always take the crab on the way back out. You waste your time by doing the crab first. Oh, I think red. Damn, we didn't get to see it. I think red is up, and then his other camps are spawning. That's gonna be my assessment of it. See, like now we're in here, it's like super late, and like Jax would be there on the camps, so going for it would be, you know, kind of dangerous in all honesty. This surprise from Teemo being there is because of bad like map awareness prior, right? And then that also you end up wasting time because you didn't see the Teemo was ganking top prior, right? Yep, and so the red was up. Also, I want to point out, right, that like you not knowing the red is up is like an effect of like the bad jungle tracking in the previous times. Like if you were really strictly jungle tracking, the last time the red was up, when we were doing Herald and you could have been pinging your bot to be careful of the gank, right? You would then have the internal clock to then, you know, presume the red is up again now. Right? Because that's how I was thinking red is up. So I think this is all like, you know, this like last 2 minutes is kind of the effects of like, you know, your need to improve your jungle tracking. You can't do anything here, so you just go to your wolves or base. Honestly, 1200 gold is like a fine base, right? Because it's the whatchamacallit. That one, yeah. So right now we know Jack's gonna be going back to his top side. Why do we know that? Because his top side quadrant's up and his blue is up, so he's gonna be going back there. You have a couple options. You could full clear into top, and then you know you'd kind of match him there. You could run straight into his top side and just like fist fight him on those camps, which honestly I think you could do, especially with your prio in top lane, and also just your Kiana's like desire to like have those scrappy skirmishes more than Oriana. And you also could have just run straight Herald too, which I think it's like the riskiest one, but honestly you and Olaf should just be able to force them off Herald if they rotate. It's like, you know, here we didn't like ping at all the Jacks in that top quadrant, and like I don't even know if you know that he's in that top quadrant, right? Because you're not pinging that. Alright. So I think this is like overall like it's good, but there's a lot that can be improved upon. So we do, I think the biggest thing I want to see going forward is like your jungle track. I want you to start like really putting some focus into figuring out where the enemy jungler is. So next week, that's going to be the thing that I'm looking for the most. None of this is up, right? We know none of this is up because Jack just came from here. He had his buffs, but also we could also figure this out if we did a tab press, right? We know this is not up because of the sweeper. We're wasting time here. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So I've written, pardon me, wrote is not a word, so I've been told. I've written your learning goals, right? This is what I want to be seeing. This is what I'm going to be looking for in your coming reviews, right? In a week's time, so when you submit your next set of VODs. I want to see pressing tab every time the enemy jungler shows, and this is also things that, are fundamentally good for all junglers to be doing. So for anyone else who's watching this, if this goes on the YouTubes, or if you're just another one of the My University members watching this, you should 100% be checking to make sure that you're doing this in your gameplay. Press tab every time the enemy jungler shows, ping where the enemy jungler shows every time, then in your mind figure out what he has most likely done in the lead up to where he showed on the map, pardon me, and then ping your teammates with the basic warning ping, the yellow one or orange one, where he is most likely going. I think that's also the purple one for people on colorblind mode, but I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the comments can correct you on that. And then using that information that you've got from the previous two things, pardon me, you then want to start predictively pinging where the enemy jungler is likely going, so what quadrant he's in, and then by default, you can kind of assess, if the enemy jungler is in X quadrant, what are the likely ganks he's going to look for? And then you can start pinging your teammates to maybe, start being cautious because they're more than likely going to get ganked if they continue this wave state. And then further on, you may even be able to impact that because you can predictively go and either counter jungle him, take objectives on the other side, or match his gank, or also look for ganks on the other side of the map, right? And then I want to see utilizing Herald for better tempo advantages or to generate more gold. We don't want to be dropping Herald and taking the basic plates, plate 5 and plate 4, if we don't have to. It's really the worst possible way we could use Herald, other than just not even dropping it by 14 minutes. So we want to try and refine that a little bit to get better opportunities. Sometimes you're going to fuck it up, and sometimes you're even going to grief yourself by trying to maximize it, but it's just kind of part of the learning steps you have to go through. I've kind of even lost games because I've done a bad Herald placement. I've died trying to greed to get the plates down to 2 plates left to drop Herald and then kill the whole tower. These things happen, but it's also the mistakes you need to make in order to start refining that, right? It's kind of like limit testing, so if you're a laner and you were limit testing a file, this is kind of limit testing how much gold generation or how efficient you can be with your gold generation as a jungler. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to just drop them in the uni. And if I do release this to the public, you can also ask any questions in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, guys, my pleasure doing this today. Good luck on the Rift. Out.